Hello everybody, how are we all doing? I hope we're all having a good week. I thought I would open this video with this stunning photo, if I do say so myself, of AD Max Chaos Army from Crimbobo a few years ago, which was a tournament that is run over in the UK. It's an AOS tournament, and this army won the best army nomination, vote, whatever you like, for the tournament. And I was there. I offered to photograph the tournament, and I also offered to do a photograph like this of the winner of the best army nomination at the tournament. And I think this sort of encompasses and encapsulates what I want to talk about in terms of what this picture and this should mean. So, for those of you who don't know, Armies on Parade is a thing that Games Workshop have been doing for a few years now, where you are encouraged to create a display board or a display piece for your army, or a selection of battles. If you look down here a little bit further, there's a battle going on, and it's just kind of promoting collecting an army and the finished article kind of thing. So the end of the line, what everybody's trying to go for, what everybody's trying to achieve in this hobby, in our hobby. This is our hobby. Games Workshop create the universe. They provide us the products, they provide us the kits, they provide us the models, the sculpting and everything like that. But it's our hobby. This is something that we do for fun. So all this is Games Workshop promoting our work and recognising our work on their website to sort of kind of promote themselves and therefore make more money and sell more products, which is fine. One thing that has happened this week is that if you scroll down on the Armies on Parade 2025 FAQ, there is a section down here that says which game systems could my entry come from, and basically it says down here that you can use any game system to create an Armies on Parade. You can create any game system to create a board, and you can do conversions if you want to combine Acolyte hybrid parts with Cadian shock troops to make Twisted Gene Stealer cultists, then go for it. However, you're not allowed to smash universes together, so you can't have the old world Wood Elf army in the old world fighting a Norn emissary and things like that. So you can't cross the streams. The bit that has got everybody kind of riled up is parts and components from the miniatures from the 41st Millennium and Age of Darkness cannot be combined with those from the Mortal Realms. So you can't cross streams even with conversions now, which is, I mean, just to throw some out there, you can't take the Corvus Cabal, which was a Warcry warband that were all kind of Raven orientated, and combine them with Space Marines to make really cool Raven Guard. You can't do things like that. You can't take the Seraphon. You can't take the Seraphon Raptors and put them underneath Eldar to create Exodites. So you can't do things like that. But you can, because this is one tiny little section of the hobby community that is controlled by Games Workshop. That's all they're trying to do. Games Workshop are just trying to control their competition. And what I think we need to be taking from this is that if we want to enter their competition, then these, I mean, they're whether they should have done it or what it says about the company in terms of trying to promote creativity within their world, but I mean they promote creativity in their world, but they don't want to show it on their official competitions or their official streams or whatever. So we can still do it. It's just that for this one thing, we're not allowed to. So if you want to enter, if you want to compete, then this is what you've got to do. It's the same with Golden Demon. If you want to compete at Golden Demon, you can't use 3D prints. If you want to compete at Warhammer World, you can't use a 3D printed army. And I think this all comes back to us as a community need to be better at promoting, shouting out, and realizing all the awesome armies and hobby that is being done out there. So we need more competitions. We need more community competitions. We need more community events. We need more coverage from community events. The Honest Wargamer, my good friend Rob down at the Honest Wargamer, does so much promoting of all the individual events which happen every weekend. He shouts them all out. He talks about all the army lists that are there. When he runs tournaments at his place, he will do breakdowns of the best armies and everything. And I'm sure there are tons and tons of other tournaments out there that do the same thing. And this is where this kind of conversation came from. I went to, and I need to do that. I'm coming out here saying that I need to do this more. I need to go to more tournaments and photograph and get these photographs of people's armies out. I mean, look how cool that is. This is a Crimbobo event. Where there is a Santa Claus, a ghostly Santa Claus, on a sleigh on the tabletop. This is what we need more of. So we, as a community, need to be better. This was at Bobo 2019. I did the same thing. I went down and I photographed all the armies and all the boards and all the games and everything that was going on down at Bobo 2019. I need to do this more often. Because this is the way that we get our hobby, we get our work and our creativity out there. We can't rely on Games Workshop to go, here's a really cool army that has been entered into our Armies on Parade. This is a very, very, very small section, and it might be kind of leading the way. We might end up in a couple of years' time where you can't do any conversions in Golden Demon, for instance, which would incredibly crush the creativity. Like Owlbear's last few, Owlbear Moretto Font has his last few entries at Golden Demon have all been incredible conversions, and apart from the elf, the high elf from I think it was last year, the other ones have all been collaborations from Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 all converted together. So that's going to crush that sort of creativity, but that's not stopping the miniature painting online competition coming on. We've got Silver Skull that Siege Studios sorted out. We've got all that sort of stuff. They need to not really step up, but they need to be bigger. They need to be promoted more. More people need to want to go and enter and compete and exist in those sort of environments. And we need to shout out more about things which are happening in the community. Quite plain and simple. And like I say, I need to go out and I need to do this more often. I need to go out to tournaments. I don't know why that one's not loading. It is not out of focus, I promise. I need to go out to these kind of tournaments and take more photographs down here, and get more photographs of the best army nominations which have won in tournaments and things. So this is all to say that Games Workshop are not telling you that you categorically cannot combine Sylvaneth heads with Eldar to make really cool Sylvaneth Eldar, or you can't take a Raptor Rider and put an Eldar on it to create Exodites. You can't take Corvus Cabal Ravens and put them on your Space Marines to create Raven Guard. They're not saying that you can't take the Osearch Bone Reaper models and combine them with Necrons to create a really bony, weird Necron army. That's not what they're saying. They're saying that if you want to enter Armies on Parade in 2025, you can't. That's it. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of the hobby. Tiny fraction of our hobby. And as it's our hobby, we need to do cool stuff. And we need to shout out about all the cool things which are still happening in the hobby. Even monochromatic, I can't remember what these ones are called. The Skaven, anyway. I'm really bad with AOS names. So yeah, we need to shout out more, and that's kind of the thing that I wanted people to take away from this video. It's okay to do the hobby how you want to do it. And when you do that, we need events, we need competitions for you to go to, hang out with your friends, meet lots of friends. Like, look at how many, where are all the, I think it's in this one. Look at how many people are here, hanging out, chatting about the hobby, talking about the hobby, having a great time. Yeah, this is what we need. We need more of this. We need the hobby community to be, this is our hobby, we're amazing at it. So if you are following me on Instagram or Twitter or Blue Sky or anything like that, I'm going to post up loads of these again and give everybody a shout out, and I will try to go to more tournaments and get more photographs and get more coverage of things like this for our community, for our hobby. This is our hobby. I've created all sorts of things. I've had a absolute battle in my mind because I live really close to Warhammer World, so I play at Warhammer World a lot. I've had a massive battle recently about whether I want to use 3D printed parts or not. My Tomb Kings, I don't like the skeleton horses in my Tomb Kings army, and I was having a crisis about whether I use 3D printed horses on my Tomb Kings, because then I wouldn't be able to use them at Warhammer World. Well, that's a tiny fraction of my hobby. Like, I'm limiting my hobby down because I don't like those horses, and I'm not going to like the end result of my Tomb Kings army if I use them. But if I use 3D printed horses, I can use those at all sorts of other events. I can use them at my friend's house. I can use them at games clubs. It doesn't have to be, Games Workshop doesn't have to control every part of our hobby. They just, are they within their rights to control that bit of the hobby where they promote it? That's up for discussion. But ultimately, that's what I think. I think that little part there, this little part in the FAQ, really should not be affecting our hobby. And yes, we can all go to Twitter and social media and shout about it and say this is wrong. But ultimately, I don't think this needs to affect our hobby. I don't think it should be impacting our creativity, because ultimately, this is where our hobby is. This is where our games are. This is where our recognition from our friends is. Yeah, that's just I wanted to come in, and I just wanted to say that. I wanted to get that out because I've been having a big conversation about this on Twitch stream yesterday. Obviously, we had plenty of people on my Twitch stream who were cross about it. And we had a good discussion on there yesterday, but I wanted to get this video out and just let everybody know that it's okay, and you can hobby how you like. It's your hobby, and ultimately, it's your place to play. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it kind of makes sense, and I hope I haven't come across as I don't know what word I want to use there, but yeah, if you've got any comments, please drop them in the comments below. Let's have a discussion about it. What do you think? I'm probably, I mean, ultimately, if you ask me, I am against it. I don't think it's a particularly good thing in terms of encouraging creativity, but that's because Games Workshop is, as a power on social media, it's really strong, and I think we as a community need to overtake that. I think we need to take it back, take the hobby back, and accept that yes, we are playing in their world, however it's our hobby and we can do what we want. There we go. So thanks very much, everybody. Take care, have a really good day, and if you want to drop me a follow, you can just search Chris Frostin on Instagram or Twitter or Blue Sky or Facebook or anything like that. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube pretty much every day of the week, so drop in and let me know what you think about this video and what you think about this whole topic. And there are the stunning 3 commentators from the Crimbobo event. So thanks very much, everybody. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye.